Bangor. Great news to the Rock Mount Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, a group rallies in Bangor calling for paid medical leave for Maine families.
Plus, Maine lawmakers consider the creation of harm reduction centers to help prevent more overdose deaths.
And we'll hear about a unique club at Bangor High School that's using their special skills to help others. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. But first, a check of the forecast, and the forecast looking pretty darn nice. Going to see more clouds than we did yesterday. Yesterday, just a beautiful day out there.
It was the perfect spring day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not quite as nice today, but it will still be warm. Still might see a little sunshine, so I think we'll take it.
I know, and that seems like the continuation for the week. So that's good news, and Devin Biggs has the rest of it.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. All right, let's get into things this morning. We do have a small craft advisory that is posted until about 2 p.m. as we head towards Wednesday, though. Note today is Tuesday. We'll be dealing with gusty winds today and also into tomorrow. That will cause wave heights to increase. For now, though, we have a little bit of energy moving through this morning. Some of you may have noticed a few raindrops. Most of you should have stayed dry, but overall, looking pretty good as we do start things off this morning. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Most of the coast looking pretty good. You have to look further off towards the north to notice some energy moving in from Canada. That'll be moving in our direction. A few raindrops cannot be ruled out later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky expected. Those raindrops that are possible later on tonight. But as we head towards Wednesday, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds will be a common theme. We'll notice some winds from time to time, increasing to about 15 miles per hour sustained, maybe getting even higher at times. And notice we maintain that even as we head towards your Wednesday. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showing a mostly cloudy sky, temperatures rising into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. A coalition is calling on the Maine legislature to join other states that require employers to provide paid family medical leave. They gathered with supporters in Bangor Monday to talk about why it's so important. Our Matthew Duronsik has the story.
Outside Bangor Public Library Monday afternoon, Mainers for Working Families pushed for legislation that would provide a way for Mainers to take some time off for family or medical reasons.
We've never become closer to passing this program in the past several decades of advocacy than we are right now. And Mainers can't wait a moment longer for this to happen.
The press conference was called after the organization recently released an open letter signed by more than 100 healthcare providers calling for an established paid family leave policy. Among those who attended the conference was Senator Maddie Daughtry. She says the state needs to do a better job in taking care of its citizens.
Maine is an outlier in New England. We are the only state that does not have some sort of paid family medical leave program, and 13 other states have already passed this already.
Statistics from the nonprofit organization Maine Paid Family Leave show 77% of Mainers do not have access to paid family and medical leave. Penobscot Community Healthcare's Chief Executive Officer Noah Nesson says he's witnessed firsthand the effects of not having that option.
To me, paid family medical leave makes a lot of sense to help reduce that barrier for people to do the right thing for themselves or for a loved one.
Mabel Wadward Center Community Engagement Coordinator Aspen Rowland says it's time for the state to do the right thing.
People should be able to take care of their health and their well-being, their families and their loved ones without having to worry about keeping the lights on, keeping the heat on. And, we deserve to be able to take care of ourselves.
Senator Daughtry is heading to Jackson Laboratories to meet with several Maine businesses and is expected to travel across the state to push this matter. In Bangor, Matthew Duronsik reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
In other news this morning, a Waterville woman accused of setting small fires with Molotov cocktails has been found not guilty, it should say, by reason of insanity. All right. According to the Kennebec Journal, 37-year-old Melissa Brezhnik was arrested last year for starting multiple brush fires with Molotov cocktails from wine bottles. A number of small fires were found near Cool Street in Waterville. According to police, Brezhnek was in a mental health crisis when the fires took place and called police for help. She is currently at a psychiatric facility in Bangor, where she'll remain until she's no longer a threat to the public.
Detroit Fire responded to the corner of River Road and Bean Lane for a grass fire. Our crew arrived on scene around 3:30 Monday afternoon. We were told by a firefighter that a grass fire had started and spread near a trailer at 2 Bean Lane. That home was spared, but the fire continued to spread to a neighbor's property and destroyed an RV being used as a shed. It was also stopped before a nearby home was damaged. Crews from Detroit, Plymouth, Pittsfield, and Newport all responded to the scene.
A happy ending to the search for a missing 11-year-old girl in Damariscotta. Authorities were called yesterday after the child became upset with her mother about having to go to school. Her mom thought she was going to the car when she left the house around 8 in the morning, but she wasn't there when she came out to drive her to school. Friends and family searched for her and called police when they couldn't find her. Game wardens, a state police pilot, and a drone from the sheriff's department were also called in to look for the little girl. Game warden Jake Voder and his dog Coda started searching near the family's home, and that's when the canines started circling around a pine tree about 200 feet into the woods. The warden didn't see anything at first, but eventually noticed the little girl about 20 feet up in that tree. That's when she climbed down from the tree and was reunited with her very relieved family members.
A trial that could determine the future of CMP's proposed $1 billion hydropower corridor is underway. Central Maine Power's parent company, Avangrid, argues they have a quote-unquote vested right to finish the project, even though construction was suspended in November of 2021 when Maine voters rejected the corridor. The jury, made up of Cumberland County residents, could decide whether construction of the project can proceed despite being stopped by voters in 2021. The battle over CMP's $1 billion transmission corridor has been fought in the legislature, regulatory proceedings, and the ballot box.
Now in the courtroom. Lawmakers and advocates in Maine are speaking out following conflicting federal rulings over the abortion pill. A.J. Douglas talked to stakeholders to learn more about the fate of the abortion medication here in Maine.
On Friday, a federal judge in Texas ordered a hold on abortion medication mifepristone, despite more than 2 decades of approval from the Food and Drug Administration. However, another federal judge from Washington state ordered U.S. authorities not to make any restrictions on the drug. 2 conflicting rulings, which put access to the medication in limbo.
Very upsetting. It is based in a political agenda. It is not based in safety concerns, in medical science. It is purely politically motivated.
According to Planned Parenthood, women can take abortion medication within 11 weeks of pregnancy. Mifepristone is usually paired with misoprostol. Health professionals report the secondary drug can stand alone if access to mifepristone is eliminated.
Even without mifepristone, we do still have medication available legally and safely.
Lawmakers in Maine are chiming in as the mixed rulings could potentially affect states across the country, even those that have continued to legalize abortion.
Those rights will be protected as best to our ability. A federal ruling makes some changes that we don't have as much control over.
Abortion medication has been prescribed through telehealth, even in states that have banned abortion. Anti-abortion advocates have disputed the use of telehealth services to be used to access abortion medication via mail. Republican Representative Reagan Paul has proposed LD 1249, an act to provide quality care by prohibiting physicians from prescribing abortion-inducing drugs here in Maine.
Telehealth is one of the things that we learned so well over the pandemic of how important it is in general, but especially for us as a primarily rural state.
The clash in rulings could result in the final decision to be made in the Supreme Court. There are currently 8 abortion bills proposed by Maine legislators at this time. In Bangor, A.J. Douglas for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The Jonesport Planning Board's decision to allow the Kingfish project to move forward is coming under fire. A group called Protect Down East has filed a court appeal. Protect Down East calls the project an industrial-size fish farm. An attorney for the group pointed to the state's acknowledgement that the water quality would be degraded, but then relied on one study which found that social and economic benefits to the state outweighed the environmental damage to the coastal community. Protect Down East says at the end of the day, the Jonesport Planning Board had stricter guidelines than the state, and it chose to go with the lesser restrictive standards, which the group claims was a legal error.
All right. Quick breaking news to tell you about, too. A big Bangor, actually more than Bangor, a local institution is changing hands. A lot of folks have been going to Governor's restaurants for a long time now.
Yep.
Well, Mr. Wadley, who has owned those restaurants for many years, has decided he has to retire. I guess he has to retire at some point anyway.
Oh, good for him.
But they're actually selling it to a long-term employee who's going to take it over, hopefully keep things the way they are. So congratulations to that person. But just thought I'd let you know, Governor's Restaurant changing hands here in Maine.
I think that's always the best case scenario. I can think of a handful of different businesses, restaurants that have had that exact same thing happen. It's sold to a long-time employee or manager, and I think that's always best case scenario.
Yeah.
I worked at Yoshi and Brewer for the longest time, and they just had that change of hands as well, and I'm very glad to see them flourish.
I love to see that, too. Give somebody else a chance to make their name in the world, too.
Right.
And apparently, according to the press release, they did consider putting it up for sale to like a corporation or something like that. But in the end, they decided to sell it to somebody local.
Very cool.
Very
good news. All right, the time now is 11:22. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, or 11:22. It's 8:11. I'm getting there.
Wishful thinking.
Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, it's a controversial idea that's meant to save lives. We'll hear about an effort to create recovery and harm reduction centers in Maine.
But first, another check of that weather forecast today. A mostly cloudy and breezy day. We'll see some sun, too. The highs will be near 64 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight, with lows in the low 40s. Tomorrow, another partly cloudy and windy day with highs near 57. We'll be right back.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
When the Katahdin General Store wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Come to the KG for fishing, hunting, and camping supplies, souvenirs, unique gifts, apparel like Lazy One, fresh sandwiches and baked goods, the beer cave, liquor, and a variety of takeout items.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
You just wait around a minute, something awful's bound to happen. You saved me. That's what we're here for.
911 Lone Star, tonight on Fox.
It's kind of like Homeward Bound meets a Hallmark movie.
A former foster dog from Bangor has turned into a social media sensation.
One time we were like, oh, what would Tatum's voice sound like? He came out with the Tatum voice and it has stuck ever since.
We'll tell you all about Tatum Talks tonight on Fox 22 News at 10.
A proposed bill would authorize the creation of harm reduction centers in Maine. It would make Maine one of the few states where addicts can receive health screenings and other services while also using drugs in a supervised setting. As Devin Dagnall reports, supporters say it will help stop the growing number of overdose deaths.
Monday afternoon, the Standing Committee on Health and Human Services heard testimonials regarding LD 1159. Sponsored by Representative Lori Osher of Orono, the bill would allow for the creation of overdose prevention centers across the state for 2 years after its approval. Those centers would provide a space for people to use pre-obtained substances under the supervision of addiction medicine physicians and nurses.
There's a whole suite of services that are already legal and available. This is the one piece that is not legal yet. So this bill says that people can bring the drugs that they have found or they have purchased or whatever into this place, and that the people who are working in that place will not be held liable for that.
Osher states that the centers would also provide resources for drug rehabilitation. According to Osher, LD 1159 has received tripartisan support from Republicans, Democrats, and independents alike, despite opposition for the bill coming from Governor Janet Mills.
It's unfortunate that it's taken this long to be talked about in such a way. Even colleagues of mine have lost loved ones to overdose deaths. Every overdose is a policy failure.
By itself, LD 1159 doesn't guarantee the creation of any centers. Whether or not they come about is the decision of individual communities.
And actually what's embedded in there is that the communities have to approve it. It will only be in places where the town says that they want it.
Osher says if a community was to decide to create an overdose prevention center, it would cost Maine taxpayers nothing.
Why? Because our state is one of the states that's sued for the opiate producers, and so we have opiate settlement money. And so if this bill passes, that we would be proposing to request funding from the opiate settlement money.
In Augusta, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, exciting news for the folks in Ellsworth. The Ellsworth Fire Department has now secured their first ambulance. You can see Deputy Chief Doug Beltate and Captain Tyler Kennedy standing next to the new rig, which was purchased through Ambulance Network of Elizabeth, New Jersey. In a Facebook post, the department said the unit will be used temporarily as a first responder, non-transport vehicle to all medical calls in Ellsworth. Then, once the proper licensing and staffing has been completed and the needed medical equipment has been set up, it will then transition into full duty. The department thanked the Ambulance Network and the City of Ellsworth for all their support getting that new ambulance.
University of Maine's Volunteer Ambulance Corps hosted an open house on Monday to show off some cool new safety equipment. The event marks the end of Phase 2 of upgrades to provide the vehicles with better internet service and safety cameras, as well as software to help create a safer care service.
It's going to help us integrate between units better. It's going to help us integrate our communications between what's going on in the back with the patient, with other healthcare providers. It's also going to help us hopefully be safer out there on the roads and create a safer environment for everybody else.
The University of Maine had a volunteer ambulance corps for 50 years, or it has had. The group is made up of all UMaine students that are on call 24/7 to take care of fellow students. The new upgrades to the ambulances will help keep both providers and patients safer while responding to emergency calls.
Well, social workers with Northern Light Home Care and Hospice came to the Durgan Center on Monday to discuss advanced care planning. The team answered questions from participants and discussed options for end-of-life care, including how families can plan ahead if a loved one becomes ill and cannot communicate their wishes. They also explained the process of becoming a power of attorney. Eastern Area Agency on Aging's Community Service Manager, Jamie Alexiev, highlighted the importance of having these conversations.
People just assume that they know what their family wants, and sometimes their family is going, I don't know what you want. If something happens, I'm not going to know what your best wishes are, and they struggle with the guilt if they made that wrong decision.
Alexiev says to reach out to Eastern Area Agency on Aging if you have any questions or are in need of resources yourself.
I know that process, it can throw so many curveballs at you, and you never know how it can be different, even if you've been through the process before.
And we all have to deal with it eventually. Well, a lot of us do anyway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The time now is 8:19. After the break, we'll get an insider look at a special after-school club at Bangor High, members of which have been hurriedly knitting for a good cause.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate. Does your vehicle need a little more work? Have an odd sound coming from somewhere? Bring it over to Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and offer a fair price. We also accept all aftermarket protection plans. Now, if you're unable to drive your vehicle to us, we can help you get it here. Also, if you'd like to protect your vehicle for years to come, we offer Wool Wax undercarriage protection. We're located at 546 Main Street in Old Town. Give us a call at 827-2676.
Before and bath fitter. Before and bath fitter. If you have a before bath, now's the time to call Bath Fitter to get a beautiful after. With our unique tub-over-tub process, there's no mess or stress. Spend smart on a beautiful new bath done right, backed by a lifetime warranty. Join over 2 million happy customers who know it just fits. Bath Fitter. Visit bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Electrify Maine is Maine's #1 electrical contractor, providing outstanding electrical services to businesses, industries, and homes throughout the state. Electrify Maine also sells and installs heat pumps and is a licensed Generac dealer. Call us today for a free estimate.
There seems to be an endless amount of options for after-school activities available to students today. From robotics to chess, sports to theater, the list goes on and on. Bangor High School even has a knitting club, and as Jody Hersey tells us, it's just the right fit for those who love to make something out of nothing.
It's not too hard. Some people think it's hard, but personally, I enjoy it. I like the challenge of it.
Knitting is a skill as old as time, and it's making a comeback at Bangor High School.
You can make anything from like a dishcloth, which is like a simple square, to like clothes. Yeah, you can make anything really.
Inside the Bangor High School library, nestled among shelves of books, the school's knitting club meets twice a month with yarn in hand.
I take pride in being able to teach anyone anything that I can within my caliber, and I just really like to see this skill grow in people.
The club, which was started by high school senior Delana Kessler, has members that enjoy both knitting as well as crocheting.
Knitting a hat is probably my favorite thing to do right now. I'm still a fairly new knitter, and hats are just so easy.
The knitting club isn't a large group, but its ability to give back to the community is tenfold. Earlier this year, the students made hats and donated them to the homeless shelter. Now they're working on items to send to Tanzania.
A UMaine student in the nursing program reached out to me because she heard about our club, and she was like, you know what, we're taking a trip to Tanzania in May, and we're looking for some baby stuff, baby hats, washcloths, baby blankets. So that's what we're working on right now.
Students who are spreading kindness to the community and beyond while knitting together some great friendships along the way. In Bangor, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's an age-old skill being kept alive, and they're doing something nice with it, too,
Absolutely.
helping others.
Absolutely. It's a great social activity.
Yeah, good for them.
All right, the time now is 8:23.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. So small craft advisory is posted until about 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Wind will be the big issue, though, along the coast that will cause the wave heights to get active from time to time as well. We do have some energy that's currently moving through this morning. It's going to be causing a little bit of raindrops in a few spots. At least we may have seen that earlier this morning. But for the most part today, we're looking pretty good. The next opportunity for any raindrops will actually be later on tonight as another wave of energy starts to move through. Zooming things out, here's that cold front right about in here. That will start to approach in our direction later on tonight. Very limited moisture. We might notice a few raindrops. That's currently about it. So we'll go with a few sprinkles for the forecast later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky for us today. Here's the raindrops possible later on this evening. Nothing too ridiculous. By tomorrow morning, though, a lot of the clouds get out of here, so we'll see a lot of sunshine to start. Then a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the day. As we head towards Wednesday night, not too bad either, just a few passing clouds. It will keep some of those clouds going as we head towards Thursday morning. Gusty winds will be an issue, though. Here we go. Some gusts reaching up to around 20 to 25, even up to 30 miles per hour in a few spots. That's not only the case for today, but look what happens tomorrow and even tonight. Some gusty winds will be happening tonight and tomorrow, with some gusts reaching up to even 40 miles per hour in a few spots at times. So we'll need to be ready for that with the system that will be passing through. That'll make wave heights active. For now, they're calm at around 1 to 3 feet, but with that small craft advisory in effect, do expect these wave heights to increase as you do proceed forward in time. Our average high temperature is 51 degrees. Mid-60s is what we'll do today, with upper 50s on the way for your Wednesday, cooling off a bit, rising back in the mid-60s Thursday, lower 70s Friday, back in the mid-60s Saturday, and cooling off back into the 50s again as we get towards Sunday and also near Monday. Either way, though, temperatures are warm, so we continue to melt snow. Nothing left in Bangor. Maybe some snow in the surrounding areas. You have to look further off towards the north for any snow that's still on the ground, and that's going to be melting fast with the warmer temperatures sticking around. Mid-60s today, mostly cloudy and breezy. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy, a few sprinkles possible. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-60s. Lower 70s on Friday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the mid-60s.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,300 with affordable 3.99% financing on an all-wheel drive RAV4. And every RAV4 comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Spring into action. Toyota, let's go places.
Here at the Eddington store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meat? From hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington store, for more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Welcome back, everyone. Another mass shooting in the news this morning. Louisville, Kentucky, grappling with a deadly shooting at a bank. Gunman and bank employee, 25-year-old Connor Sturgeon, opened fire before the downtown branch even opened, killing 5 people and injuring 8 others. Responding officers then exchanged gunfire with the suspect, who was also dead now. Fox News correspondent Garrett Tenney has more.
Families and loved ones are mourning the unexpected loss of multiple people killed in a mass shooting at a downtown Louisville bank.
The evil that took place today, we shouldn't hear the tears that were coming out from these families. And that right there sticks, because they are weeping because someone decided that they wanted to take life today.
The gunman, an employee at the bank, entered the downtown branch of the Old National Bank around 8:30 Monday morning and opened fire at a conference room on the first floor using a rifle. Police say he was live streaming the attack on social media.
He had a long assault rifle, and you hear the shots just start firing. Whoever's next to me got shot and hit bloods on me from it.
Emergency responders arrived on the scene within 3 minutes of the first 911 calls. A shootout ensued, leaving the suspect dead and injuring Louisville police officer Nicholas Wilt. The 26-year-old rookie, only on the job since March 31st, was shot in the head and had to undergo brain surgery.
The next few days are important and very critical for Nicholas's recovery.
Following the deadly shooting, federal, state, and local officials searched the shooter's home about 5 miles from the bank. Police say he had no known criminal record prior to the mass shooting.
Authorities will be looking at his whole digital exhaust, everything that he's ever put out on the internet.
And to help authorities with the investigation, the FBI has set up a website to collect tips, photos, and videos from the incident. In Louisville, Kentucky, I'm Garrett Tenney, Fox News.
President Biden has been briefed on the leak of classified Pentagon documents in recent weeks. Now the material is raising new questions about whether Ukraine can sustain a counteroffensive against Russia. Fox News senior correspondent Mike Tobin has more.
Multiple U.S. agencies are assessing the leak of highly classified Pentagon documents. In recent weeks, dozens have been released on social media containing intelligence about China, the Middle East, and Ukraine. Documents originally posted in late February predicted Ukraine's military will run out of its main air defense munitions before late May.
There is no excuse for these kinds of documents to be in the public domain. They don't deserve to be. U.S. officials have been in touch with relevant allies and partners over the last couple of days at very high levels.
The leak comes as Ukrainian troops prepare for a counteroffensive against Russia. Moscow has largely avoided Ukraine's airspace in order to preserve its supply of jets. But if Ukraine runs out of key assets, Russian troops could take control of the skies and devastate the country's military and critical infrastructure.
The Russians have the benefit of knowing that information, because the information that was collected and exposed includes the force posture, Ukraine's force posture, future operations, the quantity of weaponry.
The documents do have some inaccuracies, leading some to question whether they're authentic. And on Saturday, Ukraine's defense ministry accused Moscow of using the material to spread disinformation. The Kremlin firing back.
We know that there is a widespread inclination to blame Russia for everything, write off everything to Russia. This is a common disease.
Ukrainian officials say the document leak has not changed their strategic plans. In Kyiv, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll check out the scene on the lawn at the White House yesterday as thousands of children gathered for the annual Easter egg roll.
That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
Spring into action.
Toyota, let's go places.
Take your taste buds on a journey and experience the brand new international menu Tuesday through Thursday only at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub. Every Tuesday, enjoy their delicious French cuisine. On Wednesdays, enjoy their memorable Italian delicacies. And every Thursday, be ready for a fiesta with their Mexican favorites. A full 5-course dinner for just $29.95 per person. And don't forget about their all-you-can-eat seafood Fridays. The Lucerne Inn. Beautiful dining with a delicious view.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Tuesday, April 11th, 2023. Today the sun rose at 5:58 this morning and will set at 7:14 tonight, which means we gained 20 minutes of daylight since the first day of the month. We like that. I wonder what it is since December.
I know.
You know.
We'll have to calculate that tomorrow.
All right, we'll
It's
figure
fairly
that out.
easy. But yeah, the days will just keep getting longer for a little while longer.
Long evenings of sunshine. I
Yep.
like it.
Yep, me too. And today is also National Pet Day, so make sure to treat them a little extra special and maybe share one of your cutest photos on social media to show off your furry friend.
I posted a picture of Fred today.
Yep.
He hates his picture taken, so see if he's into it.
Oh, yeah, you'll have to maybe bribe him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on this day in history, in 1890, New York's Ellis Island was designated as an immigration station. In 1898, President William McKinley asks for a declaration of war against Spain. What followed was a war that lasted only about 10 weeks, although it had far-reaching effects for both the U.S. and Spain.
And in 1899, a continuation of this event, the Treaty of Paris officially ratified the end of the war, with Spain ceding Puerto Rico to the U.S. And on this day in history, in 1951, U.S. President Harry S. Truman relieved iconic General Douglas MacArthur of his command of United Nations and United States forces during the Korean War.
They just did not get along.
Right.
He was such a big hero following World War II, but by the time Truman came around, they were clashing left and right.
Two big personalities.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, for birthdays today, we have actor Jeremy Clarkson, known for his role in the show Top Gear. He's 63 today. Also, R&B singer Summer Walker is 27, and actress Millie Alcock, known for her role in House of the Dragon, is 23 years old today.
That show just took everything by storm.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen Game of Thrones in completion, so I guess I gotta.
Yeah,
it's on HBO,
that's a good
though.
one. I
Yep.
watched it this winter when I had a lot of time on my hands.
Yeah,
and
it's a perfect winter show.
Yeah, it's one of those when you want to binge because you finish one and you want to get right into the other.
I don't have HBO yet, so that's one of the things I have to get, and I'm going to have a lot of shows that I'll want to binge
Have to
once
get
I
caught
finally
up,
get
yeah.
that. Yep. All right, in other news now, I mean, it's not going to be as beautiful as yesterday, but it's going to be warm,
Yeah.
which is a win.
Take advantage of that. Here's
Right.
Devin with our forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop with a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. All right, let's get into things this morning. We do have a small craft advisory that is posted until about 2 p.m. as we head towards Wednesday, though. Note today is Tuesday. We'll be dealing with gusty winds today and also into tomorrow. That will cause wave heights to increase. For now, though, we have a little bit of energy moving through this morning. Some of you may have noticed a few raindrops. Most of you should have stayed dry, but overall, looking pretty good as we do start things off this morning. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. Most of the coast looking pretty good. You have to look further off towards the north to notice some energy moving in from Canada. That'll be moving in our direction. A few raindrops cannot be ruled out later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky expected. Those raindrops that are possible later on tonight. But as we head towards your Wednesday, a lot of sunshine and a few passing clouds will be a common theme. We'll notice some winds from time to time, increasing to about 15 miles per hour sustained, maybe getting even higher at times. And notice we maintain that even as we head towards your Wednesday. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, showing a mostly cloudy sky, temperatures rising into the 60s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, pardon the pun, but it was an exciting day at the White House for tens of thousands of children who participated in this year's Easter egg roll. And as it turned out, the state of Maine was represented in the festivities. Some 30,000 people, mostly kids, were expected in 9 waves of participants, each wave of children rolling real Easter eggs to the finish line on the South Lawn. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden taking part in the festivities, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris and her husband Doug Emhoff. This beloved yearly event also coincides with the release of a set of commemorative wooden eggs. Once again, those wooden eggs were made by the Maine company Wells Wood Turning and Finishing. The wooden eggs are sold as a fundraiser for the White House Historical Society, and though no exact counts were released, the number of wooden eggs ordered and made by the company's staff of 30 people is believed to be in the tens of thousands. Very cool.
Very neat.
I wonder if it's Maine wood as well. Must be.
I'm not sure. I think we've done some stories on them actually having the honor of doing it. It's something they look forward to every year, and it's a
So
huge
it's an annual thing.
undertaking just to make all those eggs for everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Because all the kids there, they get to bring one home with them.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, kinda neat.
30,000. Yeah, wow. Okay, well, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports.
We'll also hear from the organizers of this year's Kenduskeag Extreme Canoe Race. Still time to sign up. We'll be back with more right after this.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
This is Eargo. They automatically enhance your hearing wherever you are.
Ours comes with buttons on the back, so you can fiddle around to your heart's content.
Like the 80s all over again.
Cool, right?
For a limited time, get $300 off our latest device.
Hood is the cottage cheese lovers love. Start with our award-winning country style. It's delicious on its own, or like this. That. Even, sure. Plus, it's got more protein than hummus and less sugar than yogurt. Then there's Hood's flavors. We expertly blend in real fruit or savory herbs for an unbeatable taste combination you can't recreate at home. Now that's cottage cheese. Hood cottage cheese. Always good, always Hood.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Visit your main Chevy dealer.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Local news weeknights at 10 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone, and thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the ice. This weekend marked 2 years since legendary Maine hockey coach Red Gendron passed away suddenly, Sunday to be exact, making a very special day for Bruins goalie and former Maine hockey goalie Jeremy Swayman. 2 years ago, Swayman was in Philadelphia with the Bees when he heard the news about his former coach and mentor. Fast forward 2 years, Swayman brought the Bruins their 63rd win on Sunday in Philly, setting the NHL record for wins in a season. Sway was seen after the game pointing to the sky to honor his late coach and mentor, and he says that it was nice to be able to secure a win like that on a day that means so much to him.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons why today was special. 2 years ago, my all-time mentor and coach, Red Gendron, passed away today, and that was in the back of my head all day, and I wouldn't be here without him. He's taught me more than just to be a good hockey player, but a better person, and I mean, anyone that's come across him knows that he wants to know you as a person and make you better all around. So it was amazing how it all worked out to make an NHL record on this day, and I miss him a lot.
And the rest of the hockey world shares that same sentiment. Let's go to the softball diamond now, and we will head over to Bucksport, where the Golden Bucks are preparing for their 2023 campaign. Last year, Bucksport had a near-perfect regular season, losing just one game in Class C North before falling in the quarterfinal round of the regional tournament. The Bucks lost some seniors last year, but their ace, Ella Hosford, is back, as well as a bunch of key returners. They're hoping for more success this year and hopefully a deep run in the postseason.
I'm super excited. I mean, we've been waiting all year for softball season, so it's just great to be back out here. We have a lot of new girls, so there's a lot of talent coming in and a lot of different people to play different positions. And I think it's just the comeback year. We want to win.
Yeah, we're coming in hard. We want to win and come back from last year.
Now, up and down the lineup card, the Bucks are deep. And with only 2 seniors, a lot of that depth and talent is young. They've got some freshmen vying for starting roles and a lot of key sophomores and juniors. We were at practice last week, and the softballs were just flying off the bat. Talking to the team, it seems as if they also think the Bucks offense is going to be a force to reckon with this spring.
We have really good hitting. We have for the past 2 years, but we have a lot of new talent coming in. Even our youngers are hitting amazing. So I think it'll be a good year for hitting.
I'm definitely hitting. We have a lot of speed this year, which is good, and just a lot of youth and energy.
Staying with some softball now. Maine softball was down at Bryant this weekend, and then they stayed in the Ocean State for a non-conference doubleheader against the University of Rhode Island on Monday. Black Bears hoping to wrap up a quick road trip with a couple of wins against the A-10 Rams. First inning, Maine in a jam. Skylar Rapuano at the dish. She's going to laser this one into the gap. That's going to bring home all 3 runners, so the Rams take a 3-0 lead early. Couple of batters later, still in the first, Emily Power now. She is going to rip this one into left field. That's going to bring home those 2 runners on second and third. So Maine in a hole, down 5-0 early, but then they would settle in. Same score in the 5th. Nora Campo at the dish for the Bears. She rips this one into right, almost gets out. That goes off the fence. Jasmine Gray goes to third. Maine with a chance here. Kyra Habba-Daly running for Campo. She's going to swipe second, and then Gray is headed home. She is safe. Habba-Daly safe at third. Safe all around. Maine on the board, but they could not bring that runner from third home. This is a ground out here to end the frame, and Maine would lose 8-1 in Game 1. All right, let's go to Game 2 now. Top of the 4th, Maine down 2. Grace McGoldrick at the plate. Nice bunt here. Drops down a beauty, and she is way too fast. Beats that one out. That is a base hit. Same inning, McGoldrick feeling it on the base pass today. She is going to swipe second here. No throw there in time with a slide. So Maine with a chance here. McGoldrick on third after a bunt. Chance to make it 2-1. Campo at the plate. She's got some power, but she swings and misses to end the frame. So to the bottom of the inning. Bases loaded for the Rams. Susan Harrison gets the ground ball to go through the middle. Maine is down 3, 4-0 now. We go to the 6th. Kylie Belinsky at the dish. She's going to rip this one through the right side. 2 runs come in, and then Rhode Island would bring in 2 more in the frame to end the game. 8-0 is the final there. All right, let's stay on the diamond here. Some Red Sox news and some not so good news, despite a real good series in Detroit for the Sox. Newly acquired free agent and arguably Boston's most productive hitter so far, Adam Duvall, is headed to the injury list after hurting his left wrist, diving for a ball late in the game on Sunday in their win over the Tigers. It's being reported that he fractured that wrist after having a season-ending injury in 2022. Same exact wrist. Not a good sight for Sox fans, especially considering Duvall has started the season hitting .455 with 4 homers and 14 ribbies. Bobby Dahlbeck replaces him on the roster. There is no timetable for return, but he is not expected to need surgery. Hope he gets back soon. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
I've been in a few accidents and had surgery on my right foot first and contracted a blood disorder. I had quite a few seizures after that and then had a massive stroke. That was a really rough time in my life. Donna has helped me through so much. She knew exactly what I was going through, and she made sure that I had nurses in my home. She helps me with all of my medications. She coordinates all my rides to any facility I need to go to. She talks to my doctors personally. Thanks to Donna, I'm sitting in my own home and I'm getting the care I need and I'm getting all the therapy I need. It's made my life tremendously easier.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Donna?
I am okay. How's your morning been? You're not overdoing, are you?
No, I'm not overdoing it.
Okay, remember you are in recovery. You come first.
She gives me hope. She gives me faith. She puts a smile on my face every time I talk to her. I call her my second sister, and I've never even met her. Hello.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is good to meet you.
I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done for me.
That's what I'm here for. I love being able to make your life easier when I can and get you the care you need.
And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll never forget you.
Never forget you either, buddy.
If I didn't have Donna in my life, I don't think that I'd be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, we're very excited to have some guests in the studio today to talk about a fun, well, you might even call it a rite of spring for a lot of people.
Yeah.
The annual Kenduskeag Extreme Canoe Race will be held this weekend, and there's still time to sign up for people out there. Thank you, Debbie Gendro, for joining us today. She was with the Bangor Parks and Rec Department. And Zach, your last name again? Napsy.
Napsy. You know
All right, I remember it. That's great. Debbie, let's first start off. It's exciting. It really is. You know, when you hear that the race is coming, it's kind of a sign that spring is here, and a lot of people get ready for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And luckily, the weather just became nice for this week for the race.
Yeah. And do you think, I mean, is there any concerns about that for the race with the weather?
No, actually, it's perfect. I mean, the sun's going to be out Saturday, and everybody noticed yesterday it was 60 degrees. It's going to be the same exact weather on Saturday.
Right. How are the conditions this year? I know a lot of people wonder about that. Some years when you have a lot of runoff, the water's high and really fast. Other years, like this year, it's a little lower.
It is. It's not going to be, I mean, because of the nice weather and it's not going to rain, it's going to be a little bit low, but not too low.
Right.
So it's not going to be so bony. It'll be perfect.
Yeah. Which is just something that people have to keep in mind when they go out.
They do. I mean, we have some war canoes that are with 10 people, and they might need to check it out the day before to see if they go down to, you know, a 3-person canoe.
Yeah. Still enough water to get through 6 Mile Falls. That's usually the part where a lot of people ended up, you know, dumping over or whatever.
Yeah.
So, Zach, maybe you can tell us if people, it's still open to registration online, or what is the situation there?
Yeah, registration is still open on our Bangor Parks and Rec website. Pretty easy to navigate as well, and we're always in the office to help with that as we are all day. But yeah, registrations are open. You can even register the day of the race, the morning of, I think until 9:30 in the morning.
Cool.
So even people that wake up Saturday and want to, you know, extra something to do that day, they can get in on the race.
And where do they go? Where's the starting point for the race?
It's at the Kenduskeag Union Church in Kenduskeag, Maine. I don't know if there's an exact address that I know of, but
they'll see it when they drive through
Look
Kenduskeag.
for the hundreds of trucks.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And what about the cost to sign up?
Right now it's $60 per person, but if they wait the day of or Friday, it goes up to $75. But $60, and they get so much out of it. You know, they get a long sleeve T-shirt, they get to race, they get all the search and rescue teams there to help out if they do dump.
It's a big effort.
It is. It is.
And some people will go home. You got to show them these two.
Yes, absolutely. So we have 22 classes, and first place winners in every class get this type of trophy, and second place and third place in every class.
So it's not just bragging rights. You'll have something you can hang on the wall, actually.
Absolutely.
That's kind of neat.
What are the difference of classes like?
Oh, anybody can go into the race. I mean, we have 22 classes from college to high school class to C2, which means canoe 2-person mix. We have C1 experience, which is a 1-person canoe. We have K1, which is a kayak 1-person experience and recreation and beginner classes. We even have a corporate class, so anybody that owns a business or an organization, they can go in as a corporation and sign up for there to get them on TV too.
That's a great team building exercise.
It is. And like as you saw, this one was the open class. So open classes for everybody else that's not a 1-person or a 2-person canoe or kayak. So it could be canoes with 3 or more people. It could be war canoes. It could be paddle boards. We have people on paddle boards that do it. Or rafts. Anything that is different than a canoe or a kayak can sign up for the open class.
Okay, so it's not just a canoe race then.
No.
It's you bring what you bring.
Exactly.
What would you recommend people wear for these things? I know that's the thing, because there's a chance you might end up in the water.
Yeah, high chance. I think dress warm. Usually we have we do have warming tents along the path for folks and things, and especially at the finish line too. But light, you know, you don't want to be soggy and soaking wet at the end of the race. Even on a beautiful day like this Saturday, it's still going to be chilly in the water. So dress warm and bring a spare.
Avoid cotton T-shirts and that kind of thing that just soak up the water and will keep you cold. So. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you're welcome.
And Zach, you have a new position at Parks and Rec, correct?
Yes, I'm the new recreation coordinator there. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I'm glad you said that because I'd offered him to come in whenever you guys have some new events coming on. We'd love to have you on the morning show again.
Yeah, please do.
Kind of let people know what's going on.
Thank you.
Yeah, sounds good, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good luck this
welcome.
weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's going to be a big thing. Now on to your forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. With a large supply of ammo in stock, custom Damascus knives, fishing supplies of all kinds, concealed weapons classes, and a full line of Dragonfly UV tackle, plus the latest in ultraviolet tackle. Call today. Alrighty, here we are. So small craft advisory is posted until about 2 p.m. on Wednesday. Wind will be the big issue, though, along the coast. That will cause the wave heights to get active from time to time as well. We do have some energy that's currently moving through this morning. That's going to be causing a little bit of raindrops in a few spots. At least we may have seen that earlier this morning. But for the most part today, we're looking pretty good. The next opportunity for any raindrops will actually be later on tonight as another wave of energy starts to move through. Zooming things out, here's that cold front right about in here. That will start to approach in our direction later on tonight. Very limited moisture. We might notice a few raindrops. That's currently about it. So we'll go with a few sprinkles for the forecast later on tonight. So futurecast moving forward, a mostly cloudy sky for us today. Here's the raindrops possible later on this evening. Nothing too ridiculous. By tomorrow morning, though, a lot of the clouds get out of here, so we'll see a lot of sunshine to start. Then a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the day. As we head towards Wednesday night, not too bad either. Just a few passing clouds. It will keep some of those clouds going as we head towards Thursday morning. Gusty winds will be an issue, though. Here we go. Some gusts reaching up to around 20 to 25, even up to 30 miles per hour in a few spots. That's not only the case for today, but look what happens tomorrow and even tonight. Some gusty winds will be happening tonight and tomorrow, with some gusts reaching up to even 40 miles per hour in a few spots at times. So we'll need to be ready for that with the system that will be passing through. That'll make wave heights active. For now, they're calm at around 1 to 3 feet, but with that small craft advisory in effect, do expect these wave heights to increase as you do proceed forward in time. Our average high temperature is 51 degrees. Mid-60s is what we'll do today, with upper 50s on the way for your Wednesday, cooling off a bit, rising back into the mid-60s Thursday, lower 70s Friday, back in the mid-60s Saturday, and cooling off back into the 50s again as we get towards Sunday and also into your Monday. Either way, though, temperatures are warm, so we continue to melt snow. Nothing left in Bangor. Maybe some snow in the surrounding areas. You have to look farther off towards the north for any snow that's still on the ground, and that's going to be melting fast with the warmer temperatures sticking around. Mid-60s today, mostly cloudy and breezy. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tonight, lower 40s, partly cloudy, a few sprinkles possible. Southwest wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, partly cloudy and windy. Northwest wind getting up to about 35 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Crosby Sports Shop. Thursday, partly cloudy, highs in the mid-60s. Lower 70s on Friday with a partly cloudy sky. And mostly cloudy on Saturday, highs in the mid-60s.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
AC Electric Corp is seeking a skilled AC/DC electric motor technician for its Bangor motor shop. This position involves disassembly, testing, repairing, and reassembly of electric motors and equipment. AC Electric Corp is willing to train someone with 5 years of auto or equipment mechanic experience. AC Electric Corp offers 401k matching, paid time off, health and dental insurance, along with a great work environment. If interested in applying, please call Tina at 945-9487.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
When Loring Job Corps wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Loring Job Corps offers the skills you need to succeed in today's workforce at no cost to you or your family. Check us out today at loring.jobcorps.gov.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say exactly that.
This spring.
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
One show.
Metal.
Can. We got that! Is making it rain.
You're going home with $10,000 just like that.
25 words or less.
Best game show host.
Meredith Vieira.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
All right, get a load of this. Oscar Mayer is allowing you to have your dream-filled Wienermobile wedding. The hot dog giant announcing Monday it will be parking its iconic Wienermobile outside of the Little Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas and offering engaged couples a chance to get married at the 27-foot-long fiberglass hot dog. 30-minute time slots on either Saturday, April 15th or Sunday, April 16th will be available. An official Oscar Mayer hot dogger will officiate.
Have a great day.